Hi folks, I'm Roman the Demon Warship Andromeda Ascendant. Who else would I be? Welcome to Season 3, Episode 2, Tip to Toe, Sunset Beach. In this episode, I decided rather than show you the finished look at the beginning and then go through how I created it and then say ta-ta at the end, that I was going to actually just start at the beginning with this and then only show you the finished product once it was actually finished, because I know what some of y'all are like. Some of y'all are like, oh, there's the image, no point watching the rest of the video. Well, in this case, you're going to have to, even though you're probably just going to skip all the way through and go to the end, but at least it still registers the watches for, you know, the length of the video, probably, who knows. Today's Sunset Beach, I'm going to be creating a sort of double cut crease, kind of something similar to that look over there. But where the white on that crease is, I'm going to be colouring in sort of like a sandy colour, because, you know, Sunset Beach, we're going for a sunset, then the sand on the beach, and then the water on the inner part of the eye. So, without further ado, let's get started. I am actually using 3 different Morphe palettes, the James Charles, the Nikita palette, which has that pretty one, and also the 35S Sweet Oasis as well. And now I'm going to have to make my camera refocus. Oh, it did it itself. How pretty of it. Because there's a mixture of colours in all of them that I want to do. But the reason for using the James Charles palette is because it's got like the yellow I want. Because for the sunset, I'm going to go kind of yellow, orange, red, and maybe put a little hint of purple in there. And then we'll worry about the creases in a little while. So, the base I already did, so that we don't get you know, held back with just doing the base and the brows, because who wants to see that over and over again? We've already done loads of those. If you want to actually see that, then you can go and look at some of my other videos where we literally do it all the way through, and some of my live shows. Speaking of which, this was actually supposed to be a live show yesterday that I was going to do for the beginning of spring. However, yesterday kind of went and I lost an entire day, so I thought, I know, I'm going to record this one instead. And I've actually been challenged to do a particular makeup look by my drag daughter, Oxygen Drag Queen. And she's basically created a digital version of me, used one of my pictures and then kind of edited it digitally to create a look. And she's challenging me to recreate that look. So that one I will be doing as a live show instead. And she may also be joining me on that. She may not be, not 100% sure yet. But I'll be doing that as a live show instead. This one, unfortunately, is recorded. So, first things first, let's go in and put in our yellow. It doesn't matter if we go all over with this, because we're going to be cutting out that crease a little later. So we can literally start and put it everywhere. I'm going to have to take this up a little higher as well, because as you know, I do have hooded eyes, and it is a damn bitch, but it's fine. The brush that I'm using for this one, by the way, is the Morphe M441. Big and fluffy. So that's our yellow. I didn't put any kind of base on, because I don't want it to be too bright, but I do want it to be there. So I'm going to actually put it into the crease, because into the natural crease. But we're going to be cutting that out later. I just want to make sure that it's actually got everywhere it needs to be. And with the other side, exactly the same. Take it in there and then follow that. As long as we've got that pretty line right there, everything else is gravy. Take some of that on the inside there. And the mirror that I'm using is actually from Sleek Makeup as well, the iDivine range, rather than using the big mirror, because sometimes when you have a mirror at the opposite side of the room, what you think looks good kind of doesn't look good when you get all the way to it and you're thinking, damn, that's patchy as hell. So yeah, I'm using the smaller mirror to get up close and personal with it. Okay, so yellow did. Now I want a slightly smaller fluffy. I think I'm going to use, yeah, screw it, that one. the 506. And on this palette, I'm going to stick to, I'm going to use the 518, which is like a kind of a burnt orange. And I'm going to go just underneath there, not all the way on top of. So this one we do have to be good with and get the lines where we want them. I mean, I still can go past the crease, but I don't want to go too much up there. But I do want to get that area in as well. Doesn't matter if it does blend in too much with the yellow, because as with most sunsets, there are lots of natural colours all blended into one. And sometimes with hooded eyes it's difficult to see where the line is that you want, but I think we're going to get it where we want it, so that's okay. These particular brushes though don't hold a great deal of colour sometimes, so you have to load and load and load. I do want a kind of a little bit of a purple to this, but that was the idea that I had, but we might not go for that. Who knows, we'll just have to see what we get after this. So all the way in the natural crease, taking it up a little bit. If we do get rid of some of the yellow, we can always go over that again in a second. But right now we're concentrating on the burnt orange. We have gone a little bit over, but hey ho. And I'm so glad I got the shadow shields, because there's already, you can't see it on the camera, but there is already a lot of orange there. I'm going to stick with the same brush. Where did I put my pretty towel? Over there. Just give the brush a quick dust off. And then I'm going to use Rusted, which again is a kind of rusty red. Not entirely sure if I'm going to go in with the deeper red or not, because like a sunset is kind of a rusty colour, isn't it? So we'll see. Okay, so just a little bit further down with that one, literally in the crease completely, just there, because this is going to be taken out as well, so not sure if you're going to see all of this by the time I've mapped out for the crease. See, my worry here is you're not going to see a lot of it because of the hooded eyes. I'm trying to take it as high as possible, but then still leaving room to cut out with afterwards. I was questioning with myself, do I do a drag eye of this or do I do a normal eye? But I want to actually test myself to see if I can get this to work, just using my eyes instead of a drag eye. And what I might do is, with the cutout later, is to then maybe use a purple perhaps, but if not, then we'll just stick with the sandy colour that we have in mind. Okay, so they're the three sunset colours that we wanted. I'll think about the purple. We'll put that in a little later. But just for now, just to blend them out, I'm going to go back in with the 518 just to blend that rusted look in, just there on the top. And then we'll take the other brush that we had before and quickly dust over with the yellow. I'm not actually going to put any more yellow on, I'm just going to use what's already left on the brush for that one. If there is any left on the brush, that is, which there is. There we go. Awesome. Now time for the magic to cut out the crease. I'm going to use an angle brush, which is the 158. And also, I'm going to use the Morphe Concealer C000, which is basically white. And then cut out a crease on both sides. So here I want that crease to be, say, around there. And then, what do I want? Yeah, we'll do that there. Because you still can see the sunset look that I put on there, so that's good. And everywhere else underneath going to get covered in white, yay! And then create our base for the pretty blues. And the sandy colour as well. So you can still just about see the sunset on that one, so let's go ahead and fill the rest in. As much as we can. I'm only joking, you've got to do all of it. You can't do as much as you can, you've got to do it all. There we go, fantabulous. Awesome! And now I need a fluffy brush to set it with the white. Just so that it doesn't cake up and crack up. Fantabulismo. Okay, with that done, we'll do the other side and we'll catch you in a moment. Okay, so we're back and now we are going to use the Sweet Oasis 35S palette from Morphe and we're going to put in the sand. So this colour is actually, believe it or not, called Sandbar. I'm going to use the Morphe M124 for this. And I'm just going to go ever so lightly over where the crease is that we mapped out. And I'm literally going to create the sandbar. Ha 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 ha. We can tidy that up in a moment. It's fine if we go and have too much, because we can always go in again with the concealer. As a matter of fact, that's what I'm probably going to do, because there's quite a bit of fall out as well. Take that up there a little, just so you can see it underneath the hood there. Same as the other side. Probably should have used a smaller brush, possibly another angle brush, but I didn't want to. So I did it. Had envisaged the sand colour being a little bit brighter, but yeah, there's no fresco colour in there, but something tells me this is probably more what I needed. It also kind of blends quite nicely with the orangey sunset look anyway, so that's good. And you don't need to see this bit, so you can skip through it, because I'm just going to tidy up the little bit underneath that I need with more concealer, and then seal it again, and then I shall be right back. Okay, so we're back, and now we are going to do the ocean. And first of all, I'm going to start with a small little pencil brush, the 431, and I'm going to grab BB Boy from the Nikita palette, and that's going to serve as the blue base, the light blue base for our ocean. So it can go in there, and it can go pretty much everywhere on this one. And then we're going to add a bit of sparkle to it in a little while. I'm just hoping that this pays off with the hooded eye colour. Hooded eye colour? You know what I mean. I hope the colour pays off with the hooded eye. So base blue, BB Boy. On the both eyes. Damn tricky corners. There you go, there's the base. And then I'm going to do a light blue shimmery on the inner corners, and I think that one's from the Sweet Oasis palette. Yes, it is. Okay, so I'm going to do Coastline Cruise, then Reef Dive, and then going to swap back to the Nikita palette for the Kitana one, which is like kind of dark-ish blue, sparkly. So I now need another tiny brush, not that one. I want a kind of a packing brush like I had before, so, but I don't want it too big. I think I'm going to have to use the one that I already did. I am. Yep, M124. And I've got loads of those somewhere, but I've no idea where they went, so I'll quickly clean that one. Okay, so Coastline Cruise. Sparkly blue on the inner third. Hopefully it goes over the top of this as I imagined it would. Ooh, it does. I'm going to take that just up to about there, I think. Same on the other side. If it goes over the sandy colour, that's fine. It'll just make it sparkle a little bit. And then now, I'm going to use Reef Dive. Clean that brush, which is a slightly darker one. Then I'm hoping that the other colour that I chose is going to be a really dark one. Because, you know, if the ocean gets darker, the deeper you go in. Okay, just to about there. And then the last bit's going to be that really deep Kitana colour. That one mentioned. Oh, there we go. It's darker and prettier. I'm not sure how sparkly this is coming across on the camera, but it is really sparkly. On here. Okay, so the final one that's going to be on the outer edge is Kitana. That's kind of a purpley blue colour. I actually wanted to use the Metamorphosis as well, but then I was like, yeah. There's also Full Fantasy in there, which is kind of like similar to the Metamorphosis, but then I was like, nope. So Kitana, let's hope it's as dark and as purple as I was hoping it was going to be. But it is shiny, so let's look. So this one's just going on this outer edge. Not as dark as I thought it was going to be, but it's working. So it's good. I was going to put Azula on as a base to make it slightly darker, but changed my mind, and now I'm thinking maybe I should have done that. Should have, you know, gone up with the bases as well as the sparklies, but I didn't. So we're just going to have to pile it on until it gets deep. And that is almost done for those. I'm going to follow that line all the way. Follow that line all the way. Yes, that has separated them a little bit. Okie dokie. So now we can take off the shadow shields and hopefully they'll be where we want them. Ta-da! And then we've got to finish the underneath and make it look like the rest of the pretty sun that we started. This is where y'all gotta watch out for fallout. So all I'm gonna do with this one is take in maybe the burnt orange and the 518 and then the rusted. So with the 410 brush, I'm just gonna start under there and then take that all the way through. Actually, don't need that. Got some there. 518, same on this side. Just grab that, join them together. I was going to use liner with this one, but I think it might just close the eyes a little bit too much. So let's see what happens. When I finish this. Helps if I can actually see with the light what we've got. Join that up with the inner corner as well. On both of them. There we go. I'm not too sure I actually want to add the rusted to it or not. I don't think I do. Let's see. Maybe just a very, 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 very light dusting. And actually the plastic is going over it to say, no, you don't want to do that. So maybe I should listen to the plastic telling me no. Let's see. Very, very, very faint line. Yeah, just a small faint one. I'm listening to myself and not the plastic. Just an ever so faint one underneath the 518. And then that completes the eyes. Yes, they are done. Clean that little bit up on the inside. There we go. Now I've got to do the highlight as well. I think I might be a little bit naughty and use a blue from this palette. Which means I also need an angled brush. I don't actually need an angled brush for this, but I'm going to use an angled brush for this. Which means I need to clean that one that had all the blue, all of the white on it. And no, it's not on my chair, it's on a towel. Could you imagine that? Spend a fortune on a new chair and then go, ain't gonna do that. Yeah, I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use Hello. It's going to be really bright, really blue, and you're really going to see it. But it's going to compensate for the fact that we couldn't see the blue as much on the eyes. Okay, so that done. Quickly do this side as well. Fill all that part in, same as we did there. Why not? shiny and blue. We do got to do mascara. I'm not going to actually add liner to that because I think it'll probably cover up the colour too much because of siliconated eyes. You know, by the time you get a small line in there, it's going to be like, maybe not. So, oops, where did that come from? That came from the Nikita palette, surely it did. Yep, that's the one missing the plastic. I do actually have some new liners that I've bought, which I'm unfortunately going to use on this episode, but we've got the matte waterproof Maybelline liquid liner, and then a hyper precise all day matte, again from Maybelline. That's like the pen liquid version. Then I got the gel liner, which I haven't opened yet, and also just a typical auto pencil as well. Both again from Maybelline. That's the Lasting Drama Gel 24 hours. But we're not going to use those. Nope, we're going to go straight for... is this the waterproof one? Yes, it is. Straight for the Maybelline Falsies mascara. And I need that small palette. Where did I put you? Ha! Yeah, I really don't think that adding liner would probably be good for this look. It probably cover it up too much. And in the picture there was liner, but they don't have hooded eyes. And I wasn't, you know, copying the picture. That was just a reference for the style that I was going for. But if this doesn't take up too much room, then I might still go ahead and do the liner. But we'll see what happens with this first. And no, I didn't curl my lashes, I know. If these, if the mascara doesn't take up too much, and you know, make it so that you can still see it, then I would be tempted to put in the liner, but for now, I'm not. And yes, I did catch a little underneath, and now I don't have nails left to pluck it off with. Second side. I'm just going to swap hands for that. This hand always seems to be better. Who knows? Don't know why, but it does. Okay, so lashes done, and I'm wondering. No, I think the lashes probably do take a little bit more away when the eyes are open, so I ain't gonna do no more. I ain't gonna add the liner to it. I knew that was gonna be the case. So now we move on to the lips. Yay! And I wonder if I should do blue, because you can barely see it on the eyes until I close them, or if I should do a sunset match. I think I might go for the blue. Yes, that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for the blue. Or should I do sand? Nope, I'm going to do the blue, but I'm going to go... I know what I'm going to do. Ha 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 ha! Nikita, where did you go? There she is. She pretty. Okie dokie. Pretty flat brush. Where did you go? I know you're here somewhere. Not that one. Don't you just hate it when you lose things? I had it just a moment ago. Ha, there it is. Okay, so lips. We'll start with the BB Boy. You're gonna say it's cheating using shadows for lips, but you know me by now, you know I do this. Okay, so face is done. Or it is now. And then I think I might... Let's see what the Metamorphosis does. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in with the Metamorphosis. I think I found a way to use it. Thing with the Metamorphosis as well is you're probably not going to get the same colour twice. Yes, it's working. It's doing what we want it to do, which is good. You know, I did wonder what I was actually going to use that colour for. And now I found out. It is quite intriguing what colours you do get from it. Because there's like a purple and a green together, sort of. So each time you brush it, you do get a slightly different colour. So there we go, the lips are complete as well. And yeah, I know we got a little bit of mascara in the eyes, but we will tidy that up if we can. Nope, it's a kind of mascara that wants to stick. But we got rid of it. Ha 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 ha. Well, most of it anyway. which proves it's a good mascara and really good for exactly what it says on the tin, being waterproof. But we got rid of most of it. So lipsies did, eyesies did, everything else did. Now all I have to do is basically add the highlight and deepen up the contour and all that other jizz, style the hair and come back and then reveal the finished look. So I will catch you all on the flip side with the full reveal. Okay, so here is the finished product. Hair did, contour did. I didn't want to add too much of the contour because, you know, the hair would have made it a lot darker anyway. And really bits of highlight done, but yeah, that's it. That's the entire creation of Series 3 Episode 2 Sunset Beach. Hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed creating, and if you did like it then please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you would like to support the channel then there are means and ways to do so coming up in the credits and also in the description box below. Thank you everybody for watching. All that's left for me to say is dismiss. That's the Starfleet expression for I really want to go to the beach.